Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sailor Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as the United States. It's June of 1954, and we remain at war with both Germany and Japan. We are pretty much winning that war. Japan's fleet is a ruin except for their carrier arm, and even that is heavily outnumbered by ours at this point. They also have a lot of cruisers floating around still, but of course we recently won a huge victory over them at the battle for Wei Highway, and we're preparing. What are we preparing? We're preparing to invade southern Korea now. Now, the German fleet, now a lot of our fleet is repairing, but the German fleet has mostly run off to our west coast, apparently, but I think they're on their way back to Europe. So, aside from this one carrier that's in the northern Pacific for some reason, which we should probably deal with, we should have a pretty decisive advantage. I'm going to need to move some of these ships that are in the central Pacific, though. Because there's not really any serious opposition there, apparently. But there is a German carrier off to the north. So I'm going to send USS Ticonderoga with a few destroyers and a couple of heavy cruisers up to the, where is it? Northern Pacific. So we can deal with that German carrier that's still sitting around up there, and hopefully take back Kamchatka sooner than later. We are fighting in the Marshall Islands still as well. Hopefully that will end shortly. We've had naval supremacy there for quite a while, but no, obviously we're not signing a neutral, we're not signing a white peace. Okay, we've invaded South Korea. We've lost the destroyer Tatnall, but we sank an enemy submarine. 2 enemy submarines. 3 enemy submarines. Oh, but we lost USS Flint to a mine. Okay, we're going to need a new light cruiser then. Well, on the bright side, the monthly balance can definitely bear it. So let's go ahead and lay down a new... Not that. I have to manually name all these cruisers, apparently. Lay down a new light cruiser. How many destroyers short of full are we? 10. We have taken some losses in this war. Oh, but that's right. I was going to kind of... The Ericssons are not bad. In fact, they'll probably be the baseline. But we're going to need a destroyer that actually has... Wait, no. Let me see the Ericsson design. With the latest rebuild, with the missile launchers and everything. And then let's make sure it's not just dual purpose, but also auto-loader. Yes, that breaks our weight distribution. That's fine. Fit it out for even better radar. Yes, we could. Okay. Yes, I'll fix that in a second. So the main problem with that is that it's going to be really overweight. Can we build destroyers better than 3,000 tons? Ooh. I don't know. Wait, what? Interesting. There's a turnover point where our weight gets worse instead of better here. 3,800 is closest, and then it gets drastically worse because of some change in the calculation. Right. 3,500 must be the maximum for a destroyer. Clearly, we can't actually build it with this. We're gonna need this enhanced sonar system too, actually. All this is really hurting our weight, though. We might have to take off the mines, or reduce the number at least. And then I guess the question becomes, is it time to take torpedoes off of destroyers? I'm not too confident it is. Our missile launchers are not that effective really yet. But it's... even if I took both of those off, we still wouldn't get this. What if I lose a knot of speed? That makes it a lot more doable. Dang, why are autoloaders so bloody heavy? And enhanced sonar systems. Missile launchers are light by comparison. Yeah, it's too overweight. I mean, I'd really like to have more AA than this, but... wait, what? Why does having a secondary director actually add weight? There's no secondary guns. Okay, well, I just saved 10 tons. Some of you may think this is crazy. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it is 1954. I think we're going to delete a torpedo mount, and that'll get us to... that's... I'm not too concerned about that amount of weight. Then we can have 8 5-inch guns with dual purpose and autoloader. We can have this AA too. We can have enhanced sonar. We can have better than current radar tech capability. We can have missiles. We still haven't developed any other missiles, so... whoops, no. Yeah. I don't love it. I don't like stripping away a knot of speed and a torpedo tube. But it is what's necessary if we want to get autoloaders and this enhanced sonar system on. And we do want full ASW effectiveness for sure, so we're going to go ahead and build it. They won't totally replace the Ericssons or anything, at least not in the immediate future. Okay, Japan's still prepared to fight it out in the Central Pacific, apparently. Still trying to run convoys through to the Marshall Islands. We pretty well flattened the last convoy to try to do this, and I'm pretty sure it was the same couple of ships that did it. But here's the battle cruisers, USS United States and Essex, and the light cruisers Baltimore, Des Moines, and San Francisco. And we are all going to head on over and wreck this convoy. I can't imagine... well, they literally can't have capital ships guarding it, right? They have no surface capital ships in service. If they have carriers, well, they're in not a good position. But I'm pretty sure it's probably just destroyers and maybe a couple of cruisers. That's the convoy. That looks like 3 destroyers-ish to me. Cruisers, you want to form, line ahead. It's about midday, so we're no problems with daylight. I don't think that's a CL. I'm pretty sure these are just all... Oh, it is a CL. Allegedly. Oh. But it's a really weird CL that should actually just be a destroyer. 8 5-inch dual-purpose guns. 6 above-water torpedo tubes. Explain to me how that's not an overgrown destroyer. Okay. Anyway, yeah, a couple of 16-inch guns, and that thing and all of the other things we're fighting here will suffer very badly. It's just a question of not getting torpedoed in the process. If we're launching torpedoes, they are, so we're going to do a little maneuvering. Oh. Okay, well, didn't save Chauncey, but... Is that a torpedo? No. It's just one of our escort destroyers. I see. What? What happened to Des Moines? Yeah, detach her. She must have taken an engine hit or something. Yeah, machinery damaged by splinters. I don't like passing this close to that Takasago, but... On the bright side, I think she's dead. Because that's a lot of 16-inch guns. That's our destroyers. Okay, do we see any escort ships still? Not... Oh, wait, maybe that one? Yeah, I think that's one. I see one surviving escort ship still. So I think... Well, we gotta be wary of that, just so we don't get torpedoed, but I would say this convoy is pretty dead. I already said yes to detaching her. We do fire off ammo fast in this era. Have we not technically sunk 6 merchant ships yet? There we go. I guess we'll circle up north just to make sure those 2 up there are dead, but I think this convoy's pretty obliterated. And I'm really not sure why, like... Sure, that's not a CV, but pick up survivors from it, why not? Guys. Guys, it was definitely a merchant ship. Don't... Yes, don't forget to pick up survivors from Chauncey, too. And then let's go back to cruise and head for Hawaii, I guess. I don't know why Japan keeps trying to run barely defended convoys through to here. It seems like a clear death trap, but apparently they don't see it that way. I don't know why I'm leaving Des Moines behind to pick up survivors, but whatever. Doesn't seem to be any incoming air attacks, so... Famous last words, of course. Don't know what's still afloat on the Japanese side either, but... Oh! What? Right at nightfall, 3 patrol boats show up and attack us. Okay. Well, they didn't accomplish much. Did that just say 1,155 survivors from something? Oh, light jet fighter. So, damn it. USS Aaron Ward took a critical bomb hit to the propellers and the rudder. Well, that hurts, but she'll be fine. So just steer in circles for a little while. Why don't they bomb us during daylight? I mean, I assume it's from this airbase, which is right there. What did we pick up 1,155 survivors from? No idea. Well, we lost the destroyer Chauncey, which was hit by a single torpedo from USS Ringgold and sank immediately. Great job, guys. That might actually be the first time we've managed to do that in this game. In any case, we sank the destroyer Shirakumo, which took basically just a battering from 6-inch guns. I just saw ship sinking. Where was it? Yeah, right here. Oh, a couple of 16-inch guns hurt also. And the light cruiser Takasago, which was absolutely bombarded by 16-inch guns. Sorry. And we sank 16 transports. The one destroyer, Minakaze, managed to limp off somewhere after taking some 5-inch hits. Just barely survived. I mean, I don't know that she would actually be in a very repairable state, but especially with no functional, non-blockaded base for thousands of miles. But okay, we've solved our anti-ship missile problems again. Captain Sanders has been engaged in corruption. He's... Okay. I would say really this is the best IRL option, but in-game, plus gunnery research. Alright, Sanders, take up an outside position. Okay, good. We've finally taken the Marshall Islands. Sank a submarine. Lost coal lighter number 16 again. Alright, so the Marshall Islands are secure. We're busy invading southern Korea. We're going to retake Kamchatka. It appears the German carrier that was there is left, so... At this point, it's a matter of what can we deploy to Northeast Asia. And we actually have more capacity available than we're currently using, so... What do we want to move into the area? What do we have in the area, and what do we want to move into the area? We have 6 carriers. That's about enough. I would try to get a couple battle cruisers into the area, but I think we have some and they're just damaged, right? Yeah. We gotta keep in mind those will be back online on turn 2, so... I actually think probably more destroyers. We just need to pour more destroyers in there. We really don't have a lot to spare currently. But we can send about, 6 from here. We have more than we strictly need on trade protection, but I want to keep a firm handle on this submarine. Okay, actually, to be fair, the enemy literally only have 20 submarines, although Japan is building a ton, but probably if we took 6 of these off of trade protection, sent them to Northeast Asia, that would not be the end of the world either. Piling up stacks of money again, even though we have 3 fleet carriers under construction. Okay, we're about to finish the Warden design, and then I'll lay down 10 new destroyers, and that'll help with that a little. Oh, good, a Japanese raider. This better be a winnable battle. These can go horribly wrong or horribly right. But I mean, it could be one of the Japanese, like, 10-inch gunned heavy cruisers or something. We have a USS Columbia of the Cincinnati class. 12 6-inch guns, but not at all our latest light cruiser design. I mean, both the San Franciscos and the Raleighs significantly better. But let's see what we're running into. That's a radar contact. Let's get up to speed. Not in range yet. Okay. She's firing on us from outside of our gun range. That's a bad sign. And it's a Haguro class heavy cruiser with 10 8-inch guns. And it weighs 13,000 tons. 4.5-inch belt, 2-inch deck. That's not too great. Although we have equivalent deck armor, so we're probably better staying at longer range, but these got 8-inch guns. Well, okay. Our best bet is that maybe we have much better fire control, possibly. If she really makes 32 knots, we can't even run, so I would say our best bet is to keep the range long and hope that we outshoot her. And lost a turret. Dang it, we were having good luck early on, but now, okay. Our 6-inch guns absolutely do not hurt as much as her 8-inch guns do. Oh, and we're distinctly slowing down. We really are landing a lot of hits as she approaches. Wait, she's turning away. Let's execute this turn if possible. Bring our other side to bear and see. How's the ship doing? Poorly, but not that poorly. We've taken 8 8-inch hits. We've got 2 turrets down, which means there's really only 2 that are actually firing. But it looks like we definitely hit her enough to cause her to break off. We're also down to only 11 knots, but that might be repairable. Okay, 14 knots. That's a little better. Okay, we've lost her. I don't think our radar is functioning. Oh, it is, actually. But she's going to get away unless we can achieve more machinery repairs shortly. On the other hand, even to fight her to a draw is a pretty heroic effort on the part of USS Columbia here, so we're still getting shot at. Although I guess we're shooting back when we have her on radar, but nobody's landing hits anymore. I think she was doing about 15 knots. We're also much closer to Japanese than to our, although there's no air base here, so the range is over 250 nautical miles to Kushiro. It's very questionable if either of us is going to be able to launch an effective airstrike. Although theoretically, that's not that far. I mean, they should be able to, but we're about keeping up with her now, but we need another 3 knots back if we're going to catch her. Oh, nighttime. Also, she was on the wrong side of that peninsula, I feel like. Okay, no, she's going to get onto the right side of it. I think she'll slip back into base at Shauna then. But it's still a pretty solid. I mean, we did well, really. For a Cincinnati class light cruiser to beat a heavy cruiser is a pretty good achievement. Yeah. Yeah. And she barely slipped away, too. Otago, 37 6-inch hits. Significant structural damage. I mean, she wasn't in imminent danger of sinking, but... Oh. What? That doesn't make any sense. She was literally in base in Japan. We'll just assume that she was forced to... She was considered a total constructive loss, or maybe she was stuck in that terrible little far northern base and we finished her off with an airstrike or something for canonical purposes. Oh. What neutral port in the Central Pacific? There is none. In any case, Japanese carrier interned. Well, there might be some. I mean, there's a bunch of small islands there that are lost a destroyer to a mine. A bunch of small islands in the Central Pacific that are owned by all kinds of random European powers, potentially still. Okay, we're going to lay down 11 of... Oh, I need one more even of those. We are just slowly piling up destroyer losses, but so's Japan. They're down to 66. So we're going to build... What's this? 12 Wardens? Hopefully the autoloader and the advanced sonar pays off. In the meantime, we've got our battle cruisers back in service. We're over the base cap here again, although I'm not clear on how this value compares to this value. Like, they're similar, but not the same. We're no longer blockading Japan. We were briefly. But at this point, we're going to need to... we're going to need to win another major battle against them. If this calculation is accurate, that we are at 162 and they're at 196. I mean, we sink a couple of carriers or something, we'd probably be there. I mean, this is certainly a dangerous area to operate, especially when we don't actually have control of Southern Korea yet, but we should have... Okay, it's nighttime anyway. Although it's very close to dawn. We have just the battleships Alabama and Vermont, and the heavy cruiser USS Louisville. Don't love that. There's two major Japanese air bases nearby. I don't know if my intelligence tells me exactly how many. There's 36 light jet fighters in Busan, and there's 84 in Sasebo. Yeah, if that's correct, then that's quite concerning to me, you know? Sure, launch your search float planes. Those will do fine. I mean, we're certainly, although they're light jet fighters, but we're still only 115 and 103 nautical miles, respectively, from them. We should be well in range, I would think. I mean, what's the range on my own? I can't see that even that, can I? No, there should be an easier way to consult aircraft stats in this almanac. At least your own aircraft. Okay, that looks like a lot of escorts also. I mean, yeah, I have the firepower of 2 battleships here, but... Well, we need it to be daylight at least, which is coming shortly. Yep, post-war era. This is an 1890 campaign, but I've made it all the way here. There they are. That looks like a lot of destroyers. Or cruisers. Either way. Although if they're cruisers, it's basically an opportunity for a bit of shooting gallery from Vermont and Alabama. It's alright, Promain. Nothing critical happened. Well, any missiles? Yes, my destroyers are all equipped with 4 heavy SSMs, although whether we're actually in range, I don't know. Let me see here. No, we are not in range. No. Well. Actually, this one ship is technically in range, apparently. I'm going to hold those. But yes, the destroyers have missiles. Not very good missiles, yeah, but missiles. They have missiles too, but they're even worse than ours. Okay. Now I guess would probably be the time to go ahead and pick a ship and respond with our missiles. What do we have there? 3 heavy cruisers, which is the scariest one. 11 10-inch guns, 10 8-inch guns, 8 8-inch guns. Okay, target the one with 10-inch guns. I've found with these missiles, it's generally best to pretty much go for mass fire, or there's not much hope of actually getting a worthwhile hit. I think we still missed. I have designed a new DD, Promain, with autoloaders and advanced sonar. Although it cost me half of our torpedoes in order to fit it onto any displacement the game would let me build. But I think it's worth it. Furutaka's kind of limping there. Any chance of another missile salvo? No, not really. Well, we could try. 0 missiles fired. Okay, good effort, guys. We've also successfully taken the Marshall Islands. Finally. That's a missile. How's Alabama doing anyway? Alright, she's fine. They keep pumping these out. I gotta get Louisville to keep up with the formation here. Problem is she's not even actually faster than the battleships, but, well, apparently she is right now, but... Yeah, I know torpedoes will become less and less, you know, I mean... They're not the thing anymore once there's missiles, but... Our missiles are not that good, so... I'm a little leery about reducing the number. That is odd if the game, I mean, modern guided torpedoes are much rather game-changing by comparison to the old types. Okay. Haguro looks to be pretty crippled. Furitaka is suffering. Kumano is the only one that's properly operational. Anybody want to launch more missiles at her? I don't know if we've gotten any hit. That's not even the right ship, but okay. At least we hit something. I'll take it. Okay, somebody fired torpedoes. Somebody just torpedoed one of our destroyers almost. Damn it, somebody did just torpedo one of our destroyers, and it was us. For God's sake, guys. Oh well. Now, here's the concern. It appears we've pretty much destroyed, well, there's actually still a ton of destroyers over here, which are a problem. But, my bigger concern is that we're in range of 2 significant Japanese air bases, and it's daylight now. And I don't have any carriers for some reason, so we may have to run pretty shortly. Yeah, I know, there's a bunch of them. There's guided torps. Oh, they just increase sub-effectiveness? Lame. That's nice. A little bit of overkill, but... Is there anybody capable of actually targeting one of those destroyers? Try to hit it with missiles. That'll work. It won't work, but we're going to try it anyway. Because I'm pretty sure that all three heavy cruisers are complete wrecks, so... At this point, the destroyers are what I'm worried about. That and the aircraft, but... Okay, a lot of those are our destroyers, but it's still a little bit of a mess there. And these guys are... What is the range? 6,000 yards? Yeah, those guys are way too close to our battleships. Maybe we can use their merchants as meat shields a little bit. Guys, there's a destroyer 3,000 yards off your port. You might want to shoot at him. Okay. A little bit of a radical maneuver now. Okay, I just distinctly saw 2 16-inch gun hits on that destroyer, so I think he's pretty finished. We have 16 fleet carriers in service at the moment, with 3 more building. The largest being these 60,000-ton Yorktowns with 102 jet aircraft. Unfortunately, the game didn't see fit to put any of them in this battle, but pretty much, yeah. Yeah, on the bright side, so far these two air bases haven't seen fit to bomb us. And they only have light jet fighters anyway, so the odds of them actually doing anything disabling to a battleship are pretty low. Um, I'm thinking we probably just disengage now. We might be able to get more kills on destroyers or transports, but it's probably not worth hanging out within airstrike range. And we sank all their heavy cruisers for sure, so that's the big thing. Is that a destroyer? Come on, guys, one destroyer. There we go. 16-inch gun hit. That should probably pretty much cripple him. Sure. Recover your float plane, buddy. At least the destroyer's dead. No. Okay, yeah. Time to bail out of this strait. Back towards home. What? Oh, maybe you have two float planes. Now that you mention it. Land installation. Shall we bombard it? Just for the hell of it? It's a 6-inch coastal battery. It's probably not going to fare well against battleships. On the other hand, that, yeah. Seems like it's hurting a little. Let's go back and finish it off. Exactly. Look, the whole Pacific is free real estate. God damn it. Okay. Alright, it's dead. Let's get out of here. Yeah. That's what I was worried about this whole time. We need to get out of here before like 100 of those show up. What? Oh, you just kept going. Okay. I don't know why it takes them so long. Another one? We don't have time to bombard every land feature on the... Okay, that one's got 11-inch guns. Maybe we... What can it really do? Let's just bombard it. So what if we've only got 20% damage? It's dead. Okay. Patrol boats. Level bombing. That's a little less threatening. Louisville, please, stick with the rest of the fleet. Another one? Oh my god. Yeah. These islands, you know, they're dumb, and they shot at us, so even if we do only have 20% ammo, we're gonna just obliterate them with drive-bys. That one might technically still be alive, but I'm sure he regrets his actions. Maybe Louisville can finish it off with this on the beach firing pass. Yep. Good job. Alright, back to Way Highway. Why is Vermont detached? Get back in the formation. Perfectly normal thing to do, drive-by shooting with battleships. Happens all the time. Okay, looks like if we were going to get mass attacked by aircraft, it would have happened by now, so I'm pretty sure we're good. Well, the carriers did get stuck in the battle four-way highway, so I guess the next logical step is to use them to bombard land targets. Alright, so we took heavy damage to one destroyer. We managed to sink 13 out of 15 transports in that convoy. We sank the destroyer, not this, Nokaze with 78 5-inch shells, apparently. We sank 3 heavy cruisers, Ogura, Haguro, and Nissin, with looks like mainly 16-inch gunfire. Yeah, and the occasional missile. Massive overkill. Look how early in the ship's log sinking is. We just kept on shooting. And this is one of their big ones. This is a 16,000-ton cruiser here with 11 10-inch guns. Still didn't last very long against 16-inch guns, though. Yeah. And in the process, we managed to also wipe out 3 coastal batteries through shore bombardment. This one even had 11-inch guns. This is a fairly expensive coastal battery. But the other 2 were small. 6-inch ones, but yeah. All in all, very successful little mission. Thanks for watching, sailors. I hope you enjoyed. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like or subscribing. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.